what do you want from me? Next thing's next. You're gonna wanna make sure that all of your nails are off. Especially these two. Things you'll need are either acetone or alcohol. Your choice. We're not gonna use nail polish in this case, so we won't be needing a lot of acetone. You're probably gonna want a nail file or a Dremel, such as... Don't run the battery down, that's not good for it. I do acrylics. That's what we're doing here. I don't think I said that. And if you're gonna have a Dremel, you're gonna want these. Or just wear your glasses. Because like, honestly, it sucks to get sand in your eyeballs. Cuticle trimmer, a real nail file for if you have a Dremel or you don't, especially if you don't. You're gonna want some acrylic powder, some acrylic liquid. We don't want that one, not that one, no. This liquid and this powder. I ordered these on Amazon. All this, basically all my nail stuff is from Amazon. This is, yet again, not sponsored. Why did you really think this was sponsored? Jesus Christ. If you're gonna do nail tips, acrylic nails, you're gonna want some plastic tips of many sizes. And, don't lose them. And this guy, it cuts the tips off. I'm assuming you have a pair of fingernail clippers, so have those handy. Oh God. You're gonna need a brush for the acrylic, some paper towels, layered, folded up, or just a towel that you don't care about, and a shot glass with some shit on it so that you know it's not for drinking alcohol out of. Or just put it in a nail kit so that you don't use it for a shot glass. Just don't be an idiot. Oh, and you're gonna want some nail glue, some super glue, something like that. Lastly, this is just a sticky protein base for your nails if your nails suck. Most people's nails are probably gonna need this anyway. It's just a protein bond. It makes your nails a little stickier for the acrylic, helps it stay on. It's great, I love it. It does really help. These are all tips by Canadian Nail Lady. Nail career education. We love, yes, we stand nail career education. She's great. You guys should check out her channel if you want some details. If you're here for the details, get out. I don't know. Let's get this show on the road, shall we? Things first, size up all your nails. I already know all my nail sizes because I've done this so many times. Basically, the objective here is to keep your nails as oil-free and dry as possible, to keep the bond between your nail and the fake nail as non-slippery as possible. We want it to stick. God, I'm more likely to have a sugar rush from that coffee than I am to have a caffeine rush. All right, I think we got all of them. We got our nails sized. So now we're just gonna prep real quick. Shit, forgot to get these off. You don't have time to soak them off? Listen, ain't nobody got time to soak their nails off. Just rip that shit off, like they did to me at the nail salon that one time. If you're asking yourself, man, that looks like it hurts. Only a little bit. It's fine, everything's fine. Okay, let's make sure. Get all your shit trimmed, guys. We're gonna keep going, we can do this. All right, just gonna turn this on. Not very high, can you hear it? That's not very high. I'm just gonna do a quick buff on all of my nails just to even out the surface, aka even out all the damage on my nails. People have asked me, maybe you should take a break. Once you start, you can't stop. Not because my nails are so damaged, it's because I have no reason to not feel that fabulous 24/7. Also, I don't want to pay for that 24/7. So if that means that I have to rip my nails off every 2 weeks and redo them, I'm happy to do so. Why push back your cuticles when you could just buff them off, you know? All right, I think that's gonna about do it for me. Put that to the side. Just gonna quickly get all the dust and oil off my nails with a little cotton pad. And normally I would use acetone. Honestly, acetone might be better, but I don't have any of that right now. So we're gonna make it work. It's like literally the story of my life. Just make it work. Now from this point on, avoid touching the top of your natural nail for the rest of the duration. The rest of the duration. The rest of the time of doing your nails, because now they're clean and allegedly oil-free. We don't want to mess with that surface. Okay? Don't even scratch your nose. Okay, I got this, some glue. Yeah, don't tell me it glued itself shut. Okay, we got it. All right, now quickly, because you have to go to your mom's birthday dinner very quickly. You don't want to put a little and not even, that might be too much. That's way too much glue right there. You're gonna want to take a very tiny amount of this very wet glue. And you're going to, you know, line her up. We can do this, we can do this. And just layer down on your nail. Make sure that it's straight in that direction as well before you press down and hold it, and it glues. It's super glue. It cures real quick, so don't be careful. That's all I gotta say. This angle is bad for you and it's bad for me, so bear with me. All right, hold that down for like 10 seconds, and then I kind of like to rock it back and forth sometimes to make sure the glue makes it all the way to the edge of the plastic nail. That sucker's on there. Cool. Cool. So a lot of people ask me the question, how do you do your right hand when you're right hand dominant? Practice or have your boyfriend do them. Totally up to you, but not totally up to your boyfriend. I go ahead and cut these early because we are short on time. I've already cut these off. I cut them off about midway between the end of the plastic tip and my nail bed, so I cut it about there to get that length. We are going to do claws. I'm gonna show you that it's not very difficult to make claws happen in your life.
Ain't no laws when you're wearing claws, am I right, ladies?
Also, this one didn't get glued down real well. I'll come back to that in a minute. I should mention at some point you should probably push your cuticles back, but if in the first step you just scrubbed them off, you might be okay. I might go ahead and double down on pushing back my cuticles. Do not skimp out on doing the prep work because your nails will know that you didn't care about them. They're just not going to work as hard for you because you did not work as hard for them. In the case where you fucked up gluing your fake nails on, like this one, you probably can't tell, but it's not glued down on all the sides. Just, you know, haphazardly shove some super glue underneath it. Actually, that worked pretty well. I've already put this down on this hand one time, but we're gonna do 2 layers of this stuff. Takes about a minute to dry. Oh my God, not a cat. No, get out. No cats allowed. This is a danger zone. So just get it all in there. You can avoid getting it on your skin, do that, but you know, if you get it on your skin, just don't worry about it. It doesn't burn or anything unless you have like a cut, but I've been told you're not supposed to get this on your skin. Whatever. I realize this table is a terrible color to watch someone do their nails on because my skin is essentially the same color as this table, but work with me, people. Okay, so I'm gonna try to pre-shape my nails with something other than a Dremel because I just don't have the patience. Maybe I will discover a new technique that helps me do this. Wow, that actually worked out really well. You guys, this is the pinnacle of innovation. Just use your cuticle trimmers to pre-shape your nail and then you don't have to mess with a mess. This is the smartest I've ever felt. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like a lot of my good ideas are born out of being in a rush or being stressed or just being in a bad situation. So when those times come, look at it as an opportunity, right? Yes. Ooh, girl, watch out. Ooh, watch out. She's lethal. So the reason we didn't put the protein bond down before the super glue is because the super glue actually does stick better to just a dry nail. Why I'm doing this step, like the pre-shaping at all, is because A, it cuts down on time whenever you're doing your final shaping, which is usually really time consuming. So you want to eliminate as much of that time as you can. And so these don't have to be perfect. They just need to be cut down a little bit. Pre-shaping, Gucci. Now, get them shots ready. You don't need a lot of this liquid, but you know, like a shot. That's not a shot. That's my shot. I'm gonna get our brush clean. This brush is a size 8S, I'm guessing. This brush has literally treated me so well. I think that's the size right there. Get a decent brush. That will actually make a huge difference. Yeah, obviously if you spill any of these products on nice tables, your nice furniture, it will probably ruin it. Either put some stuff down so that you don't ruin it, or just pick a shitty table. And this color that I have is Cover Rosebud. Look at that nice like sticky ring on here. Anyway, I feel like this color looks pretty natural. It looks kind of paler than it is in real life, but it's like a nice pink. A nice neutral pink. If you really want details on how to get good acrylic application technique, I would recommend going to Nail Career Education because she explains it really well. Take your brush again, get all the excess off, and then you're going to make sure it's pretty wet, but not too wet. Err on the side of not super wet. So then you're gonna get what they call in the industry a bead. I might have dried it out too much. Let's try that again. So we're gonna get it like that. You're gonna like dip your brush in a second, and I got that size bead. And you're gonna wanna work pretty quickly because acrylic sets really fast and it gets harder to work with the longer you let it sit there. I just kind of like smooth it. You can get like larger beads, and if you're getting better at this, you're getting more talented, maybe you want to get like a big old chunk like brush, and you can do that. But like that is just a recipe for disaster for beginners. So I would just recommend starting with smaller ones, because again, you don't want to spend your time at the end correcting really big mistakes. You just want to carefully sculpt in the beginning so that you don't have to do as much work at the end, because right now this feels like it's taking a long time, but it really is much less time. You basically just sat my tripod into my cat's water dish, so here we are, we're doing this. Oh yeah, that's a good angle. So let's try this again. I already did a couple of them. So you don't want them too thick, but you don't want them too thin either. Obviously that's not the end result. And you can see here on this nail that I've left a small gap in between my cuticle and the beginning of the acrylic, because you don't want to get the acrylic in the cuticle because it's not a solid surface for the acrylic to bond to. Yeah, once that cuticle moves around under the acrylic, your nail structure has now been compromised and it's probably going to start coming off. Take my advice. So like that's a pretty good sized gap, but it's cutting it real close. Probably start out leaving a bit of a larger gap than that and just like let's try to keep the nail acrylic smooth back there. I don't know if you can see how smooth I'm trying to keep it back here, but yeah, prioritize the back part of your nail while making your acrylic, because that is the hardest part to get correct. You don't want to have to buff a whole lot in this area because this skin in this area is very sensitive and will bleed very easily. In my beginning nail journeys, I had the bloodiest, ugliest cuticles you've ever seen in your life. So take it from someone who has made a lot of mistakes on this journey and didn't have to. You don't have to make a lot of mistakes. You can start out just perfectly, but I'm trying to give you the solution to the fastest nails possible, whereas others might try to give you solutions to the best. We're cutting off some corners here. Let's be real. You're not here for professional level stuff. Neither am I. However, I will call this a tutorial because I don't think anyone could hurt themselves unless you have allergies or are sensitive to strong smells. If you're not generally sensitive to any chemicals or nail products or anything like that, or you go get your nails done already, this could be a DIY for you. And it's probably going to take some time to work up your skills. This isn't the easiest thing in the world. That's why people go to school for it, obviously. But you can get some decent nails at home if you spend a little time here and there working on it, getting some practice in. Yeah, like I said, definitely make sure that before the acrylic dries, you put in as much effort as you can around the cuticles, because you do not want to have to put in a lot of effort later with a meat grinder. And I mean meat grinder pretty literally. We're just trying stuff, guys. We're just trying angles, man. It's coming in closer, closer, closer. But not too close. See that? That's like my bead. It's not really a bead. It's like a blob on the end of a brush. And you're just like sort of pushing, shaping that nail. I need like a GoPro. That's really genuinely what would be ideal here. So you guys can see what I see in my eyeballs. If you guys can hear screaming in the background, it's my fiance. He's playing video games. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Why did I skip my index finger? I have no idea. So yeah, I'm just like pulling. I'm gonna be really bad at showing this and my hands are shaking. I'm like putting it down near the cuticle and then like pulling all of the acrylic away from my cuticle so that we don't flood it. We don't need any apocalyptic disasters on our nails today, am I right? Looking at you, COVID. Why are nails even like a thing in the first place? Like that's such a nitpicky thing to want to make like real nice and pretty. It's like, I guess it's not really that nitpicky. You can tell a lot about a person by their hands. So everyone said, cover that shit up. I'm kind of gonna do the same technique towards the tip of my nail, kind of dotting the acrylic on the end of my nail and then sort of pushing and pulling it away so that we get the bulk You want the bulk of your acrylic, and this is a tip straight from Nail Career Education. She always talks about nail structure and making something, or making your nail like nice and strong, so that, you know, in theory the tip won't break off. I've actually never had that problem, maybe this is why. Make the middle of your nail sort of like an arch. Oh god, ew. You guys, I can't tell you the number of times my camera has just shut off because it got too hot in the middle of filming. Like, okay, it's literally like 75 degrees in this house. Chill, please. So yeah, again, curvature that I was talking about, you can see it roughly right now. It's like, you know, we start thin at the back and then we get a little bigger in the middle and then we get smaller at the tip. Yes, okay. And you can do this technique with short nails as well. Just cut them shorter, my guy. You guys probably don't need to watch me do every single one of these, but maybe you just like the scenery, the vibes. Who knows? The nail salon vibes. I genuinely love nail salon vibes. Who loves a good nail salon vibe in here? Raise your hands. Yeah, comment if you like a good nail salon vibe. Last one, everyone. Oh yeah, Nail Career Education also talks a lot about your monomer to powder ratio. I'm not going to pretend like I understand it, but the gist of it is you don't want your little blob to be too wet or too dry. Because if it's too wet, apparently it won't bond to your nail, and if it's too dry, it will probably also not really bond to your nail. And also it's just gonna cure really fast. Also, a blob that's too wet is gonna run everywhere. So you wanna hit that sweet spot in blob counting. I think we're gonna call it good because we need to get started on the Dremel process. Also, if you're wondering, this does make my entire house, or not my entire house, at least this entire room smell like a nail salon. This monomer, that's what makes a nail salon smell like nail salon. Don't forget these bad boys. All right, we're good to go. Good me. Okay, masks aren't just for COVID. Masks are also for doing nails. So if you don't want to get like fine dust in your lungs or just in your nose or just have shit on your face, wear a mask. It ain't that deep. All right, let's do this. I should mention some goals for this Dremel process. Oh shit. All we're trying to do is make this nail look exactly the way we want it to. So I don't think that there's much to explain here. But maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. Just maybe watch and learn. So we're gonna turn our thing up, probably pretty high in the beginning, just to get the general shape. I guess I'm gonna start at the back. Being careful around my cuticles, because let me tell you, girl. It can go from, I don't feel anything, to saw level horror shit in 2 seconds, so. Also, no one says this. Because they do such a good job with the nail salon, you wouldn't know it. But like if you leave your Dremel in one spot for too long, it can just start heating up your nails, and that hurts because it gets hot. Let's not learn what that feels like. You notice I'm doing like quick strokes. I'm not like holding it down at all. There's a lot of bulk at the front, as you can see. So I look at the nail from all angles. You want to look at it from this angle, even maybe from the back, and especially down the barrel. Making sure the nail is even from all angles. Oh yeah, check underneath your nail as well. A lot of times you can get some acrylic going on underneath there. So buff this hand pretty much all the way down as far as we can get it with the Dremel, because we can't do the whole thing with a Dremel, because otherwise, well, you just can't, okay? The sanding belt's too coarse, and you're gonna have to go back in with the nail files. We're gonna finish up this other hand, and then I'm gonna come back in with the nail file. Technically, I didn't finish my nails before I went to my mom's birthday dinner, but it doesn't matter because they were good enough to pass for being done. Basically, right now, all they are is just matte pink. I hate the white balance right now. Let's fix that. All right, let's try this again. Okay. Well, basically all I did was finish these off with some nail filing with a finer grit. It's a nice cushioned Beauty Secrets washable padded nail file. You don't really need one of these. Well, you do really need a nail file, but you just need any nail file. Whatever works for you. I like these because the cushion makes it a little more comfortable and a little less hard on your cuticles. As you can tell, I did mess with these cuticles a little too much on this hand, but it's fine. These cuticle gaps. Basically, this is why this destruction has happened, because as you can see on this hand, not a lot of cuticle damage. Look pretty good, but like on this hand, honey, were you trying to claw your way out of prison? What happened? Anyway, after you've used a coarse grit of any kind on your nails, you're gonna wanna go in with finer grit just to finish them. You don't have to, but I recommend it. It helps kind of smooth the texture, so whenever you want to put anything else on top of it. By the way, I should mention, I don't use different colors of acrylic. I use one singular color of acrylic and then just put nail polish on top. If that blows your mind, you're welcome. Yeah, you don't need 30 colors of acrylic. So, we're gonna go in and finish these off with a top coat and some nail stickers because I'm usually pretty lazy about this stuff. Basically, my finishing top coat includes the last 2 steps of a dip powder kit because improvisation is my middle name. Acrylic and dip powder to me are basically the same thing, so I'm doing step 3 and step 4 to finish these off so that they're nice and smooth for my stickers. You can just go in with a quick dry top coat if you want to, or nothing. You can just leave these matte or just put nail polish on top, or literally whatever you want. You know what? It's your life, it's your choices, it's your journey. Experiment. I guess this is pretty much a tutorial, but I'm not a professional. Please don't injure yourself doing any of these things. Odds of fatal injury are slim, but never truly zero, technically. You're the one that chose to do this tutorial. Just don't be stupid about it. I guess for this video, I'll be taking outro suggestions in the comments. I'll just do whatever the people want. Subscribe!